What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you my builds, or not necessarily my builds, but what you need to build and how much you need to build it, how many bases you need, basically all that good stuff. So, start out, I have two Hortense foundations, one airplane factory, two barracks, which is only because I think that he was building it or something and I got that, or otherwise I wouldn't. Or maybe, matter of fact, I think I did because I run double mech infantry or a mech infantry. So instead of stacking up the barracks, just build another barracks, maybe. But I got a level 3 barracks there. I don't know. I don't have it completely to a set amount, so it's not going to be perfect. So I think technically I was just going to do the one barracks, but I might have built the other barracks as well just to pump out some more. I think that's what I did. A tank plant, as well as ordnance or another ordnance foundry, a naval base, which is not very big because I'm not going to have a big, huge navy. Let's see here what we got. And we got one more way over here, and it's going to be a secret place, which I'm a little very, very late on building. So basically, I'm going to get into what you need to do priority wise, right? So you need to have forms of artillery, especially for high command. And as you can see in that stack, I got one SP artillery. These are small stacks. So let's get to some of these bigger stacks. All right, so we got 4 artillery there, more artillery, AC. If you compare them with the AC so you can see what you're shooting at, would be a lot better, as well as some anti-air I got in there as well. That's a lot of anti-air, actually. 9 stacks, 9 pieces. Here, 9 infantry, starter units, right? Artillery, 8 pieces of artillery, and some anti-air. So some of my, this is not super late in the game. What day are we at? Day 8. So still moving around with a lot of non-mobile units. Another thing that you want is some way of having air superiority. So because you want to fear that. And as you can see, I'm rolling with level 4 interceptors. About 7 of them. And as you can see, my buddy, he's rolling at 10 at level 3s. So as you can see, he knows it's very important. He's running some tactical bombers and stuff. So very well, I'm going to start like rolling through and try to compare with some of my buddies and kind of show you what they're building as well. So you can just kind of just make a decision on yourself, but I'm definitely going to show you what I'm doing. Tank destroyers, mostly for allied use because you get them cheaper and you get a speed boost with them as well. And I don't think you get a damage boost. I'm not going to look at it. I'm pretty sure you don't. But you put those in your stacks. That way, when your artillery stops and fires at something, if they attack you and they have armor, they're really going to take some damage. Same with the mech infantry. Look at that little boat. It looks like a boat. So anyway, I decided to run mech infantry over the armored cars. Maybe just run one armor car in your stack, but mostly mech infantry for dealing with infantry divisions, and tank destroyers for dealing for your armor units. And then of course your SP anti-air coming in clutch. And then we got SP artillery, of course. You've seen it in one of these stacks up here. For dealing that blow. And SP artillery is really good for the 100s as well as allies. They get a good boost for it. So their doctrine. So you want to use the SP artillery, especially in these maps, to cover big ground, a lot of ground. Let's see here. My naval units. Where's my navy at? I think I moved it back over here. No, I did not. So let's turn that to aggressive. So we want it to attack anything that comes in here. Here's my navy. It's actually going to come over here and deal some damage to him when I go to war with South China, which is an NPC. But as you can see, this is what the navy consists of. A decent battleship and destroyers. Not a whole lot, just to deal with some stuff. maybe run some cruisers in there later to deal with any planes, but basically keep it for home shores. I'm not worried about NPC, so I'm just going to go ahead and send it. But basically keep it for your home shores so you can deal with any Navy that's going to come and deal with you or anybody trying to cross into your land or whatnot from the ocean. Like I said, 7 planes. Probably going to build some more. Yeah, definitely building some more, it seems. And then once I get that locked down, get me some good fighters in, I'll be able to make sure I take air superiority. The next thing that you'd want to focus on is something to do with I'm not doing this in any particular order, but I just want to show you what you need to try to get. Strategic bombers or a paratroopers or rockets. Okay, and what those are for is so you can take out air bases, so you can make sure you have a way to take out air bases without actually knocking out your own air force. Okay, so I got my tactical bombers being researched, level 3s, so that's why I haven't built any yet, but as soon as they come out, I'm going to start building my TAC bombers, and they can do another thing, which is when your troops are attacking and you got, let's say this guy has a troop here or here coming your way or whatnot, you can simply, pretending these are TAC bombers, you could simply just boom, put it over it and have them deal with it immediately. So you want some kind of way to deal with troops that come between your attacking stacks and try to come for you, essentially, right? So you want to make sure that they don't come through and trying to get to your territory and knocking your stuff out, that you want to keep them on a run, dealing with your actual military, dealing with their bases, taking out their cities and such. So use that for that. And I've already covered tank destroyers, artillery for just making sure you don't take any damage, getting those easy W's, killing those troops easy, no problem. See, this would be easy if I had some tags, but I ain't got them yet. So, but of course you want them high level so you can make them reach stuff. So still waiting on it, but if my opponent had tags or something, we'd be good. We'd still have, the fighter superiority. We have good anti-air. Not that good anti-air, but we still have decent anti-air. We will upgrade that as soon as possible and get more into that. Let's see here. Cover the mechs. Artillery anti-air. Make sure you always got good anti-air, guys. Tank destroyers. For me, tank destroyers are for me. They're not for everybody. You can run medium tanks or heavy tanks, whatever you choose, depending on your doctrine. If you're allies, you're going to pick tank destroyers. If you're Axis, you're going to pick medium tanks. If you're the Soviets or Comintern, you're going to pick heavy tanks usually. And then if you're Pan Asia, you're kind of screwed all the way around, so it really doesn't matter. Their armor is really garbage. And for air, you're going to do fighters, tactical bombers, and attack bombers. Me personally, I'll do larger attack bombers for allies, more better attack bombers for Axis because they get that boost. And depending on if you're going for a Navy, you do want some form of naval bombers. I'd recommend level 3. A 5-stack should be sufficient. Strategic bombers, level 2, maybe level 3 if you can. No more. Put 1 or 2 out there. Leave it alone. Let's go back down to paratroopers. I forgot all about that. Paratroopers, I just don't use them. So I'm not even going to comment on how you'd want to use them. You definitely want air superiority. I can tell you that. Let's see here. So your Navy, I'm actually doing this a little bit different. Usually I do sub spam, but playing as allies, I'm going to make sure I always have some form of Navy, and I'm just going to do battleships and destroyers and keep them to my coast, right? So that way that they can't bomb me unless they have a carrier, which those naval bombers and fighters are going to put in some work at that point. For my secret, I'm going to do rocket artillery and SP rocket artillery just to put in some. They're not better than the regular ones, at least not at the medium and late game, because most people have armor by then, but they still put in work. Look at the damage it does. Still putting in work, right? So, and this is a cheap way to get in some damage. You know, see, that's still putting in better. It's going to put in better infantry damage than a rocket or regular artillery. So definitely going want to use that. And I think I'm almost out of battery, guys, but I think that is pretty much it. I'm not going to put bases in all these cities. I'm just going to put them along this lines. Now, you've seen me in previous videos where I was like America or something like that, and I was over here. Well, of course, you know, if you're over here, you're going to want to set up some bases over here and start putting out some troops just in case you're cut off and you can't control the seas no more. But also that long, lengthy supply line you don't want to deal with. But that's going to do that for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you join my Discord. And if you're interested in joining my alliance and competing on the PvP level, please feel free to join in. We got the room. If not, we'll make the room. If you're that good of a player, if you're that interested in being PvP and that dedicated. Thank you guys so much.